In today's episode of the Founder Ride, we're talking about the innovator's dilemma, when to disrupt your business model.
I'm Randy Gerber, and welcome to another episode of the Founder Ride. And as always, we're going to talk about where am I on the ride? And for sure, I'm feeling it at this point in time. We have a lot going on with Founder Farm. Hired a new person to join us who's going to create or expand our community. We're building lots and lots of tools for Founder Farm. I'm super excited where we're going. And Gerber is doing great too. We have new people coming on board and expanding our capabilities and our capacity. So I'm feeling it for sure. A lot of work, a lot of good hard work, and the team is rallying for sure. But we're excited. And which leads us to the topic of this episode is innovation. And how do you create a culture of innovation? And so the first thing I really want to talk about, and this is so important, is that you have to have, the leadership's got to believe in innovation. So you as a leader of your organization, your leadership team, have got to lead into innovation. You have to create a culture of safety around innovation and openness and creativity. And how do you do that? When it's all said and done, it's lots of encourages. So it's there's actions and there's words, right? And so the actions part the words part first and foremost is you got to talk a lot about it as a team and as a leadership team as well, that you're really encouraging innovation. And then there's the actions. And so, reward those people who take action on innovation, take action on feedback, even if it doesn't work, because frankly, and this is important, that's a part of innovation, you're going to have failure. And you've all heard this before, and it's not new, but it's an important part of the culture is fail fast and embrace that failing fast. It's important. Don't penalize your team or penalize the person bringing to you that innovative idea or innovative action that actually failed. Embrace that very quickly, because one step closer, another no is one step closer to a yes. So I think when you think about it, it's actions and words, double whammy here, that talk about it a lot from innovation, and then embrace it and promote it on the action front. In an ideal world, you want to have space and capacity for creative thinking and innovation. It'd be great if, as organization, you can dedicate a certain amount of time every day or every week or every month to creativity. Growing organizations, small organizations, it's hard to do that. I know, speaking for myself, over different periods of time that we've had success having dedicated time. At the moment, unfortunately, we don't. I know myself as a leader, for sure, I create time and create space for innovation. In fact, I spent probably 3 hours yesterday really thinking about some innovative ideas, innovative changes for Gerber. And I got to tell you, it's fun. It's fun. I was energized, walked out. My brain was going a million miles an hour. It's going to be better for our clients, better for us internally. The other piece of it is to create space for the leadership team. We regularly do get-togethers where it's not in front of the computer, not in front of a screen, and it is over a nice meal of some sort, something fun to do, get out of the work environment, to really talk and have candid and sometimes difficult conversations around creativity. Is so critical. I know that when I started putting, we try to do it quarterly as a leadership team, I was getting some pushback from some of the people on the team, like, this is a lot. And it isn't. I mean, it's never enough. And we go so far to get off site and actually spend the night somewhere so we can really lean into the creativity. And this timing of this podcast is fantastic, because we did it last Thursday night. And we had some really robust conversations, some of them difficult, but boy, we made some big headway. It was really worth it. So the bottom line is, you got to create space. Create space in time, create space in conversation. And it's cultural, right? That as you as a leader, you're culturally investing in it, create the space. And every organization is different in how you can create that space. I do believe that quiet time and having a literal space, physical space for quiet time and creativity is really important as well. The part of this is hiring people who can embrace innovation and creativity. That's a little harder. Every organization has to have multiple types of people. As you've heard me talk before, we're huge believers in culture index, and certainly culture index absolutely can help you understand who you're hiring from a logic and creativity perspective for sure, attention to detail, et cetera, et cetera. I do think it's important to have a blend of people on your team. You want to encourage innovation and creativity across the whole team, for sure, and even your analytical people who are pushing hard on process, pushing hard on detail. They're going to have insights. They're going to have views about how to improve things and make them, improve things, which in turn can be transferred over to somebody who's creative and innovative. But you need that feedback. So I could really transition to a whole discussion around culture index, but as a part of your hiring process and using a tool like culture index or predictive index, I think it's important to understand who you're hiring. You cannot have a team full of creative people only, and just as you cannot have a team full of people who are head down really processing. You need a balance. And then, I know I'm repeating myself, but back to the leadership, back to the structure, that you want to create collaboration among both populations to really figure out and embrace innovation and figure out those things to change, embrace innovation, embrace creativity together within the scope of people's ability to do it. I'm going to circle back on this really reinforce, I should say, this big topic of you got to create the safe space. You got to create a safe environment for people to be open about the ideas, open about the creativity. Because for some folks, it's really easy. Some folks, it's painful. But encourage everybody to contribute, for sure. Lastly, and particularly in this world of artificial intelligence, there are some creative problem-solving techniques that are out there, really quite interesting. One of the ones I like to use the most is the fourth, identify the fourth solution. And I say that because apparently, as human beings, we're able to identify first and second possible solutions, usually top three, but that fourth one's really hard. And so really force yourself to come up with 4 ideas, 4 solutions that can solve the problem. And the big piece of that, when you're going through the process of identifying the solutions, don't judge them. That's so critical. Let yourself be free, let yourself wander, and just come up with ideas before you judge them. And then when you have exhausted yourself with all the ideas, then go back and judge them. And oftentimes you'll be surprised how some combination of a couple ideas end up being the solution. So it's really about a process to force yourself into creative thinking and innovative thinking and thinking about lots and lots of solutions. So I know that's a lot, but it's a lot because it's really important. And I think that in this world, this fast-paced business world we're in, this technologically driven business world we're in, you're going to have to, if you really want to grow and be relevant for your customers and clients, really push the innovation, push the creativity, push it culturally. It's not something I think is inherent for people, particularly as leaders. So it's something you have to learn and really, and hopefully through osmosis and also through your leadership team embraces it too. And it will become a fabric of your organization, a fabric of the culture. And very candidly, as you get better and better at it, people are going to come on to work for your company because you really do have this mindset around innovation. As always, reach out with questions. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and have a good day.